Hey everyone, it's Monique Brown from MotorCityMoxie.com, the arsenal for beauty, wellness, and feminine allure. And this is my very first interview, and in this interview series that I haven't even created a title for yet, by the way. But I wanted to present a way to share information because I like talking to people, and more importantly, I like learning new things. And the best way to learn new things, I think, is to dialogue with others. And I believe that we can all learn something from each other. The purpose of these interviews is ultimately to become inspired to produce. And with that, I'm so excited to share with you an interview with entrepreneur Tasha Burton, creator and owner of Belle LLC, a handmade hair and body company. And in this interview, Tasha drops some golden nuggets, y'all. She shares why and how she was able to turn her hobby into a business, how she was able to secure her very first investor, and just the importance about seizing the moment, which led her to pitch herself and her product to Pharrell Williams. If you find this information to be valuable, then please go ahead and share it. But before you do that, make sure that you click the link below to watch this video in its entirety because you know YouTube has time limitations. So stay tuned and I'll see you on the other side. And it's important to do that because just like you said before, you have to be your own motivator. You have to encourage yourself because if you don't, no one else will.
Right.
And if they don't see that you're hype and you're excited about your own product, then definitely no one else will be either.
Right.
I think I froze. Did I freeze? Okay. Can you see me? Am I frozen?
Yeah.
Okay. So since you've been around since
It's kind of choppy, but yeah.
Well, it should be fine.
Yeah.
But since you've been around since 2009, how has the business grown? Have you had any investors? And if so, how does that process work? How did you go about securing that?
Well, just to give you kind of like a timeline of how things have gone on. Twitter is an amazing, magical thing. If people don't believe in the magic of Twitter, it's because they're not on Twitter enough to understand what Twitter can do for your business. Facebook, yes, but Twitter, you reach so many more people. And there was an adoption parent, and I don't even know how she came across me talking about my business so early on. But she mentioned my product to a Yahoo group of adoption parents, well over 1,000 members. And then next thing you know, like I started my business in December 2009. That next month, like around Martin Luther King Day, I had a bunch of sales come in one day. And I was like, where is this coming from? What's happening? And she was like, oh, yeah, I just told the adoption moms about your stuff. And so I entered immediately into this niche of customers that I really didn't know too much about, and I really wasn't targeting this demographic. And so locally, some of the adoption parents saw the same message, purchased from me, and next thing you know, I was teaching a hair class in March of 2010. A few months later.
That's what, less than 4 months.
Yeah.
That's less than 4 months.
I taught a hair class and had an awesome turnout. And they call themselves transracial families because they have multiple races within their family. And they are very, very eager to know how to take care of their kids' hair. We may see, a mom out with her kid who's adopted, and everybody likes to refer to Angelina Jolie and Tahara. And they're like, man, that girl's hair is messed up. She don't know what she's doing with her kid's hair. And so and so they were like, I don't want to be that mom that has their kid out looking crazy. And And so we touched on a lot of things, just giving them the basics about how our hair is, how it feels, how weak it is, and just basic education. And then I bring someone in to do actual hair demonstration for them. They are completely amazed at cornrows. They're like, oh my God, how do you do a cornrow? We just need to know how you do it. And then, you show them and they're like, that is crazy. Oh my God. And so they just are very, like I said, very eager to know how to take care of their children's hair. So when you see an adoption parent out, don't be quick to judge them and say they don't know what they're doing with their child's hair, because they don't know what they're doing with their child's hair.
But they're willing to learn.
they're so willing to learn. The thing is that we have to be, and when I say we, I mean Black women, have to stop being so judgmental when it comes to white parents and Black children and their hair care. And if we would ease up on the judgment, they would be more willing to approach us to ask us questions. I've had a lot of adoption parents tell me things like, yeah, this woman came up and told me I need to put a perm in my 2-year-old's hair. Or this woman came up to me and told me I need to put some Blue Magic grease on my child's scalp. You know, like wow, we just go up to them in the parking lot and whether out eating dinner with their family and just say, oh, child, you need this on their hair. I mean, just giving a straight full-on lecture. And and not so much it scares them, but it also comes off kind of rude to them the same way it would come off rude to me if a white person came up to me and just grabbed my hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you have to kind of put yourself in each other's shoes and understand that it's not always cool to just come up and start barking at somebody. They would be more open to asking questions if you would, you know, lighten up the mood. And that's basically the whole bottom line is a lot of them do not know how to approach us to say, hey, I need some help with my daughter's hair. Mm-hmm. And to that I say, you know, just come up and say, hey, if you ever have any questions about products or anything like that, just let me know. I'll answer your questions. And, you know, come up to them in the way that you want to be helpful instead of, like I said, lecturing them, telling them what to do with their child's hair. But moving on. So a few months later, I acquired my first consignment account with Gaia, which is a shop, art gallery here in St. Louis. Then I taught another hair class to the Children's Home Society. They do adoptions through their organization. I taught a hair class then. And then fast forward to last year, I gained 2 more accounts. I had another consignment account. I had a wholesale account. And then in July is when I gained an investor. Now, the way the investor situation came about, Afrobella retweeted my tweet about my products.
And Afrobella, just for everyone who doesn't know, I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably know who Afrobella is, who is like, I think she's considered the mother of brown beauty bloggers.
Yeah.
So Afrobella.com, absolutely, based in Chicago.
Yes, she retweeted a tweet I posted about my products one day, and my investor saw it. Well, he wasn't my investor at the time. He saw it, purchased from me. I got the product out to him, and then he started raving about it on Twitter. I had no idea who he was. Afrobella hit me up, and she was like, do you know who that is? And I was like, no. And she was like, that's so-and-so. And I was like, what? And so she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you. So, you know, she was kind of freaking out.
I'm excited too. And so this has happened a while ago. I'm like, really? For real?
Again, I'm telling you, Twitter is magical. It's so awesome. So he sent me a message and was like, I have a proposal for you. What's your email address? And it went from there. After about a month or so of going back and forth negotiating over the contract, I had an investor. And what he did for me is he got me a trip to New York during Fashion Week. And so in September, I went up and I was there for about 5 or 6 days. And I had a 2-day event. I also went to a fashion show when I was there. So I've experienced Fashion Week for the most part. I had a 2-day event. The first day, I had bloggers come in. A lot of them were from New York area. And they basically came in and we had a station for them to get their nail polish changed, using my oil, like to give them like a little hand massage, to get their hair freshened up. I had a butter set to the side for that. There was a makeup station. I had a butter set to the side for that. So they got to experience the products in some form of fashion that way. And then I also did a one-on-one with them, introducing them to each of the products that I carry. And so that was the first day. The next day, I had a meet and greet with Hey Fran Hey. Francesca is She's a blogger, but she talks mostly about wellness, how to eat healthy, and she has super amazing hair. And she knows a lot of people in New York. So people like Jesse Boykins, who's a singer, he came. Claude Kelly came, who is he's a writer. He's written for Jessie J and a few other folks. And Cipriana and Nikisha of Urban Bush Babes came out.
I'm familiar with them.
Actually saw them both days. They came to both events. And a few other people who have basically really fabulous hair. I don't know if you're familiar with Jesse Boykins, but he always wears an afro. His
I'm
hair.
going to say it sounds familiar. I can't put a face with it. I know
He's
the
a
name.
singer. He has had a few songs with like the Foreign Exchange and
I'm familiar with the Foreign Exchange. I'm Google it when we get done with this. I'm gonna
yeah,
Google it.
Jesse has amazing hair. And I said, Jesse, what is your hair secret? I want to know. And he says, olive oil. And I was like, that's it. You know, it's like the men do the simplest thing to their hair, and it's always amazing. Like his hair is just, it's just, super fresh hair. And so, Fran, actually, I think he's her brother. He has like Prince type hair. It's like really long and wavy. And I was like, oh my God, I need to take a picture with you. Your hair is awesome. So everybody came out and had a great time. And that experience was just off the charts. And so that was in September. And of course, I had to come back to work after I was in Fashion Week. And I was only at work for like another week and a half or so. And then I was laid off. And then